Well, it's over. If you're just having to catch this on your DVR and you haven't seen the episode yet, now is a really good time to turn this off. I don't want to spoil anything, so that's your warning. Now for the people who've seen the episode, Walter White is dead, Jesse is free, and it's all over just like that. Tonight we have Vince Gilligan. He's going to explain it all with us, along with their favorite cast members from Breaking Bad. I'm Chris Hardwick, and this is Talking Bad. Welcome to Talking Bad. For the next hour, we are coming to you from Hollywood Forever Cemetery, where Aaron Paul is throwing a massive finale screening party to benefit Kind Campaign. We're going to talk a little about that. We're going to break down the episode. What a fitting location to lay Walter White and Breaking Bad to rest. It's kind of sad. Like, I want to, I'm excited because you guys are here, but there is a Breaking Bad-size hole in my soul right now, Vince Gilligan. For 5 seasons, we've watched as a man transform right before your eyes. No one who crossed paths with Walter White was ever the same, and we won't be either. To kick off the show, please help me welcome my first guest, Jimmy Kimmel, Aaron Paul, and the man who started all of this. He wrote and directed tonight's episode, Vince Gilligan. So, first of all, on behalf of fans, I want to thank you for making a finale that actually answered things, wrapped things up, didn't leave it open-ended so the fans could make their own decisions. You actually tied up all the loose ends. So what was your process and what were you thinking about the challenge that you had for the finale?
Well, thank God I had 6 excellent writers who've been with us, most of whom have been with us right from the start, and the 7 of us, the 8 of us, counting my assistant Gordon Smith, who's right there in the room with us, just trying to figure out every possible permutation to this thing that we could conceive of. And we went through a lot of false starts and endings that went nowhere. But we knew we needed to dot all the I's and cross all the T's. And like you said, you hate those kind of movies or TV shows that end with a lot of unanswered, well, sometimes unanswered questions are good, but we didn't feel like in this case, this being such a finite and closed-ended show, we needed resolution.
Well, the fans want resolution because when you commit your emotions to a show and you connect with it, you want to kind of feel it, you want to get closure on it in some way.
It was great, you killed it is what happened. I mean, you really it was like hitting a home run at your the last at-bat of your career. Not that this is the end of your career.
No.
It's going to be an uphill climb from here. Things are you're going to have some hurdles to clear.
Was there ever a moment where you thought about doing like a Sopranos ending where you're like, we'll just let the fans interpret what happens?
No, I mean, the Sopranos ending, I thought was great. I thought it was perfect for that show. This show needed the ending that was perfect for it. I mean, this show was intended all along to be very finite, and it's a story that starts at A and ends at Z, as it were. It's a very closed-ended thing, so it needs, as I say, closed-ended, very different kind of an ending it requires than Sopranos.
It was so good, it was ridiculous how good it was. It really was.
I mean,
I agree.
First of all, I mean, you're giving Jesse, it was such a gift to give Jesse Todd to take that.
That was great.
Oh my God, I wanted him dead so bad. And I'm so happy Jesse was the one to just take the life out of
It
him.
wasn't enough for him to just get shot.
No, just take it. I wanted to feel it.
And then they added that last effect where you hear his neck snap, and it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But he had it coming.
Yeah,
Did you?
He did.
What is it like to film a scene like that where you have to murder someone?
I mean, that was all day long. Just wrestling all over.
Did you ever get sexually excited? Be honest.
Kinda. I just love, I mean, it was such an intense, obviously an intense moment. And Jesse has just been put through the ringer for so long. And finally, just the nemesis, this guy, he has the opportunity and he takes it. And it felt really good.
And tricky because you got to really go for it, but you got to be careful not to actually hurt Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, because they wanted it to look as violent as possible, and we're doing it. I mean, it was pretty violent, so it was hard not to actually hurt Jesse, but Jesse Plemons, who plays Todd. But
Jesse,
yeah.
Well, I kind of want to figure out. So I want to ask you first, then I'll ask you this. What is Walt's state of mind? You think in the very last scene? Do you think he feels like that I did everything I was supposed to do?
I think in that last scene he is with his precious. you know, in Lord of the Rings terms.
Yeah.
He is with his that meth lab that he and Jesse designed, their baby, so to speak. And I think the lyrics of the song "Baby Blue" by Badfinger back that up. And I think he is at peace with himself. He has screwed up his life tremendously. I think he knows that. But he has accomplished the thing that he set out to accomplish in that very first pilot episode, 62 episodes of TV ago. He wanted to leave money to his family, and he's accomplished that with the aid of Gretchen and Elliot. And
That was a genius. A lot of people said, oh, he's going to go kill Gretchen Elliott. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not going to go after. And then this episode started, I was like, ah, crap. There they go. But that was such a. And again, you know, it's something about the way that the show manages to take turns that you think you see stuff coming, and then it just doesn't. This is the only show that I've ever known where I even say the name of the show to people. I go, well, on Breaking Bad, and they go, no, don't tell me. I know. Like people, because it's one of the last few things that's able to surprise people. What? Why do you think Jesse wouldn't shoot Walt at the end?
Yeah, why? No, I'm actually at the beginning of this final 16 episodes, I really wanted Jesse to be the one. I mean, I knew it was going to be a kind of like, you know, head-to-head sort of thing. It just kind of had to be, at least in my mind, I wanted that to be the case. But the more episodes that were revealed, I realized, you know, I didn't want Jesse to take another life besides Todd.
One and done.
Yeah. I just, you know, I think he just is just above that and just let Walt kind of just die in his own misery. But what I thought was so great is Walt died kind of protecting Jesse.
Yeah.
You know,
Absolutely.
dove on Jesse.
Yeah. Hoisted on his own petard, as they say.
And I thought that was really beautiful.
And you know what I think, too, to add to it, back in Sam Catlin wrote and directed an episode a couple episodes back called Rabid Dog. And in it, at the end, you're on the payphone and you say, I'm never doing what you tell me to do ever again. And I think that had something to do with it too.
I disagree.
Yeah, he doesn't. It's basically Jesse basically is getting freedom. He's getting freedom from the Aryan Brotherhood, and he's getting freedom from Walt. Like I'm not going to do your dirty work anymore.
You
and at
want
that
me
point,
to
it's
kill
dirty
you?
work.
Yeah, that's the
gonna kill
line.
you.
He's like, just say you want this.
And I feel like Walt also was giving Jesse the opportunity to do whatever made him feel best in a way. Like I think Walt knew that he was going to die within the hour.
Like, what do you want to do?
Whether it be but he wanted to give Jesse that opportunity. And of course, I'm telling you, like
No, that's
what I gathered.
I think you're right.
What's the future for Jesse? Like, what happens?
I mean, you know, he's free from the Nazis, thank God, and he's away from Walt. So I mean,
What's his first stop in that vehicle? I mean, does he stop in and out?
I think he's just.
Pollos Hermanos?
Yeah, I think he's just driving as far away as he can until he pretty much runs out
Brock.
of gas.
Maybe he's going to go after Brock.
Maybe he's gonna go see Brock, say bye to him. I have no idea. I just
He's free.
the future is definitely, you know, he's free. So right now the future.
No
is
one's on
looking
his
bright.
trail.
Yeah.
He's totally free. He can start over. He's going to get the life that he should have had, hopefully. Later in the show, Anna Gunn, RJ Mitty, Gus himself, Giancarlo Esposito, and Mike himself, Jonathan Banks, will be joining us. But first, from the Captain Cook and Mr. White we met in the pilot episode to our final glimpse of Jesse and Heisenberg tonight, we have seen that the chemistry is, in fact, the study of change. So for one last time, please sit back, relax, and respect the chemistry. Welcome back to Talking Bad. I'm Chris Hardwick. I am helping you get through this tonight with Jimmy Kimmel, Aaron Paul, and Vince Gilligan. Again, we're coming to you from Hollywood Forever Cemetery. This was all a big, this actually was your idea to have this big event here at Hollywood Forever Cemetery for Omaze. How much did you guys raise tonight for the charity?
Through Omaze, we raised $1.8 million, but thank you. But total with everything, about 2.3 million. Yeah.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
I think it's, and you guys, if you go to omaze.com, you can get all the stuff there. You guys do a bunch of different charity work.
Omaze is an incredible organization that just helps out nonprofits to, raise money for them. But Brian did one for his charity, and then I decided to jump on board, and all the money is going straight to my wife's nonprofit, Kind Campaign.
That's a Kind Campaign.
Yeah, and this is going to allow her to travel and speak to assemblies full of young females about bullying, and she's going to be able to do it for free because of this one event for free for years to come, which is just incredible.
Well, thanks, man.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's nice. It's nice when people can actually give something back to the show that that they enjoyed watching. But let's talk a little bit about when we first see you in this episode. You're woodworking, and I remember the episode where you talk about when you're in the group therapy and you're talking about, oh, I thought I could have been a woodworker, and I went back and I really figured it out, and it was really beautiful, and then you got rid of it. What's happening in Jesse's mind at that point?
I mean, he's just, he's daydreaming, I mean, that's when he's really at peace. I mean, he thinks cooking crystal meth is an art form. And we all know, he's kind of an artist. He likes to draw. He was really at peace when it came to, he was very proud of making that box in class. And so he was just thinking about what could be maybe. And so sad. I mean, it was so perfect when he starts walking away with his precious box, and his apron gets caught, and then you realize it's pretty much his dog leash gets caught, and he's still trapped in his hell, and yeah, it's tragic.
It is a bummer that it took basically 5 full seasons until the very end for Jesse to actually catch a break, like everything.
But he caught that break.
He finally caught the break.
Yeah, he did.
Vince, why the what was your reaction when you saw the remote control gun scene?
It was like Walter White was Batman and the Joker combined, and he's so cool through the whole episode, and he just really tied up every loose end. It was like everything that he wanted to accomplish, he accomplished. I mean, he said his piece with the Schwartzes. He got his family the money. He saved Jesse, which I think was why he went there. I still think that's why he did it. And although maybe he went to kill Jesse, thinking he was helping with the meth voluntarily, and then when he saw that he was actually a captive, so I don't know. But
I think that's a very good point. The old expression, steal from the best. The writers and I were thinking of the wonderful Western, The Searchers. And all throughout The Searchers, John Wayne, he's looking for Natalie Wood's character, who has been taken over by taken by the I think it was the Apaches throughout the movie, and he's going to kill her when he finds her. And at the end of the movie, when he lays his eyes on her, he just can't do it. And he sweeps her up in his arms instead, and he saves her. And we were thinking of the ending of The Searchers. We were thinking, he's going to kill Jesse this whole time. I think that's his intent. And then he sees him, and he sees what terrible shape he's in, and he just, it's instinct. Instinct takes over. And that fondness he's felt for him, although he hasn't shown it very well, I have to admit.
No, he hasn't.
Over the years. it kind of kicks in, and he saves you.
Yeah. I think probably the person who had the worst death was Lydia, because she's as soon as he basically hangs up on her, then she's stuck there with her humidifier in the background. Well, I guess I have a day left. She doesn't. There's nothing she can do.
Right.
It's just over for her. Did you have any idea that the ricin was for Lydia?
I had no idea. I mean, I'd seen Bill Hader speculate about that on your show. I wonder how this is gonna impact stevia, the product. So, I mean, will sales tomorrow go way up, or will they go way down? I mean,
this could make ricin a lot more interesting to people.
Maybe ricin will become
Hopefully
a popular table condiment. These are family meals.
These are the actual ones from the set that we have on the set here on our little table. Was there anything in the finale that you wanted to keep in, but for whatever reason, time or whatever, you had to cut out?
We had a whole scene. I wrote a whole scene, a 4-page scene that was when it it starts after Walt hangs up the phone, after he's tricked the lady into thinking he's a New York Times reporter and gotten Gretchen and Elliot's home address. Then he realizes there's a kid in the gas station who's looking out the window at him. So he goes inside and he realizes this kid has made him. He realizes, oh, this is Heisenberg. So he goes up to the kid and he kind of gives him the stink eye and realizes this kid was a former high school student, much like Jesse Pinkman was, of Walt's. And that's why the kid recognizes him. And he pays him off. He says, you don't want me coming back here. You best not call the police. And then as he's leaving, he says, hey, what kind of teacher was I? Was I a pretty good teacher? Do you remember anything about my chemistry class? And it was a fun scene, but we didn't have the time or the money in which to shoot it. And it turned out to be kind of a similar kind of a intimidation scene as what follows with Gretchen and Elliot.
What did the kid say? Was he a good teacher?
He says, I remember, yeah, you were good. I remember you did this thing where you sprayed this chemical into the fire and it made different color flames. And I think I may be wrong here, but because I forget. But Walt says, yeah, what did that teach you? He said, well, that, you know, certain kind of chemicals can make different color fire.
You guys, are you putting that on the DVD set?
Yeah, that we never shot it, so there's nothing to see there. But the script pages, you'll be able to, as an extra, one of the many extra features on this thing, which I'm so proud of. This final set, you can toggle through and read the scene that could have been.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, we have to take a break, but before we go, Aaron Paul, you have a shelf full of Emmys. You did an amazing job on this show. We loved Jesse. You, with all the charity work that you've done, you're just like the nicest, sweetest guy in the world, and I'm so glad that it worked out for Jesse at the end. I mean, as best as it could have worked out in this situation. Thank you so much for being here, Aaron, for letting people get a chance to say goodbye to you.
Thank you, guys.
Aaron's got to go to his finale event. Later in the show, Gus himself, Giancarlo Esposito, and Mike Jonathan Banks will be here. We return. Anna Gunn and RJ Mitty will join us, so we'll be right back. Give me a hug, you. Get the...
We're done when I say we're done.
The legacy lives on at the Breaking Bad online store. Own the complete series box set, including all seasons on Blu-ray and over 55 hours of bonus features. Go deeper with Breaking Bad Alchemy, the extraordinary interactive multi-touch book for the true Breaking Bad fan. And outfit yourself an exclusive Heisenberg, Los Pollos Hermanos, and Vámonos Pest gear. BreakingBadStore.com, your connection to all things Breaking Bad.
Welcome back to our post-therapy show, Talking Bad, coming to you from Hollywood Forever Cemetery. I'm Chris Hardwick. I am back with Jimmy Kimmel, Vince Gilligan, and now please help me welcome RJ Mitty and now Emmy winner Anna Gunn. Jeez. So, nice job on the Emmy. Why is that not on the table right now? Why didn't you bring her?
I forgot her. I don't know what happened. I forgot her.
That would be my keychain if I had an Emmy.
Then you'd wear it around your neck.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So what does that moment feel like for you? Just coming at the end of the series and then just kind of getting this at the end.
It's incredible. It really is. And when I stood up, I really didn't know what was happening for a second, honest to God. And I saw Aaron and Brian and everybody standing up, and I thought, oh, they must have called my name. And so I thought I should probably stand up and start moving towards the stage. And Brian very sweetly just said to me, just breathe, and I love you. And I said, I love you too. And I didn't remember that until I watched it back, because the moment is so, foggy, and as people say, it is surreal. But the most amazing moment was when the show was called for Best Drama, and that was just incredible.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys know Breaking Bad won the Emmy for Best Drama as well in the final season. Congratulations. But let's jump in and help people sort through this a little bit. What did it mean for Skyler for Walt to finally admit that he wasn't doing it for the family anymore?
Oh, it was. Well, we talked through it a lot, that moment. We really talked through it beat by beat, and I think that at first she looked at him like, is this just another one of your lines? Is this just another one of your ways of trying to get me to believe something that you are trying to pass by me? And then she read in his eyes that he really finally was telling her the truth. And so it was something she had waited for so long, and to see the truth and to feel it finally was it was for her the ability to finally take a breath. And I don't think she had breathed in a long, long time. And she really had become such a shell of a person. And Vince and I discussed all that. We discussed the fact that we talked about taking the color out of her face, and almost doing the same thing that you had done with Walt's character, which was to put her in slightly bigger clothes and make her look like a shrunken kind of person, just a shadow of her former self. And finally, I think that was the first breath she had taken in weeks and weeks, and months and months, maybe even longer than that.
That is such a fine moment of acting. Skip McDonald, who edited the episode, and I were in that editing room just looking at that amazing, and we hold on that, you know, and rightly so. So there's that shot of you just goes on, but it feels like it goes like this because that you're just you know, the entire gamut of emotions play across your face in that moment. This is wonderful, wonderful.
Because you totally feel, and I think one of the most heartbreaking things is that, or at least I read that she still, like a piece of her still loves him a little bit. Like he's still Walt, you know? And he still, as all the horrible things he did, just that moment where she lets him say goodbye to Holly is, you know, but you're right, he finally told the truth.
He finally told the truth. And it's also that she sees back to the moment, you know, to the man that he once was, to the family they once were, to the thing they once had. And she sees it all in that moment. And she sees what has burned down around them, what's crumbled around them, and it is a truly heartbreaking, tragic moment, and it's all gone, and there's nothing to be done about it.
With the flashback, where it's, what's that, from that first season, the first season, where it's like, oh, I'll take you on a ride along sometime. It's like, well, he's gone, that's all gone, everyone's gone.
When I saw that, I looked at Anna and I said, oh my God, that's weird. It was just, seeing that with it at the same time was really just, I still don't know how I completely feel, you know?
Does it feel like you're kind of losing a piece of yourself to say goodbye to these characters?
You know, I don't think we're losing anything. I don't feel like we're losing anything, but what I do feel is that it is the end of this story. Everything that you had, everything that you needed, everything that you wanted to happen, to me, I felt like it happened. And I'm happy. It's weird. It's still weird.
Well, what do you think Flynn's going to think about his father's legacy? I mean, I know he's got about $9.5 million coming at him pretty soon. He doesn't know that yet. But what do you think Flynn? I mean, the amazing thing about your character is that you did not hesitate to turn on your father. Like, I totally could have seen, like, oh, Dad, I don't want it to be true, and you're like, screw you, I'm calling the cops. And like, like, your character had an incredible amount of strength. But what happens going forward for Flynn? Do you think?
Well, you know, that whole scene, I think he was very. Everything had happened. So much stuff was happening around him, and he did not have the danger aspect or the knowledge that all this was going on, but he knew something was going on. Between the gambling and all the lies, and yes, it wasn't meth, but it was something else, and he knew his family was being torn apart. And when this happened, when he saw them fighting with a knife, it was just too far. And as any good son would do, is get in the middle to protect his mother and protect his family. And I feel that.
Take it.
I feel that when.
Brought a whole box of Kleenex on here.
Yeah, she did. She did. But when the $9 million will pop up, I don't know what's going to happen with that, because he knows he needs to take care of his mother. He knows he needs to be there for his sister, and I think he might take it for the standpoints of his family needs it, but. He has some stuff he has to work out with himself first, you know?
He was sort of, he got a version of closure for himself, but he wasn't really able to get, because he couldn't really know everything that was happening.
Well, yes, he did get closure, but the way Jesse got closure, the way Anna got, Skylar got closure, the way every character got closure was not the same as the way Walt Jr. got closure. Everyone had so much input into this world, and Junior had to jump into it. 3 episodes in, that would be what? How many days?
You're
I think even though he did come to the conclusion of he needs to protect his family, losing a father, that is his flesh, that is his blood. He is his father's son. And we'll see what goes.
The shame of it for this poor guy is just he's the one who has to go on thinking that his father killed Hank. And
Yeah.
his mother knows that's not the case.
But he can't ever really know the truth.
Yeah, that's the real crime.
Well, later on in the show, fan favorites Gus, Giancarlo Esposito, and Mike himself, Jonathan Banks, are going to be here. We'll be right back. People are going to be getting Kleenex.
Wow. Thinking of the last episode ever of Breaking Bad, it was trepidatious to read the script of the last episode, let alone shoot it. Now we're faced with the final airing. It's bittersweet because we're so happy that we had this opportunity, and yet you have to say goodbye. And anything really worthwhile is perishable. And so I've come to accept that. What doesn't have to be so immediately perishable is the bond that was connected with the people you worked with, and the cast and the crew will always be brothers and sisters to me. I love them, and I will miss them.
Welcome back to Talking Bad. I'm back with Jimmy Kimmel, Vince Gilligan, RJ Mitty, and Anna Gunn. That was Bryan Cranston with some personal insight on saying goodbye to his Breaking Bad family. Bryan actually had a matinee in Massachusetts today and is in midair right now on his way to LA, but we appreciate that he shot the interview, especially for us. Vince, let's talk a little bit about how vital Bryan was to the success of the show. Can you imagine the show any other way?
No, I mean, you know, you try to write the best scripts you can write. We all writers, as a group, you know, you give your best shot at it. But no, without starting with Bryan, but without these actors here, without Anna, without RJ, without Dean and Betsy and Aaron and I mean all, you know, Bob and Jonathan, and you just, let's use Bryan as an example. I can't picture anyone else playing that role. I can't. You know, I make my living off my imagination, and my imagination fails when it comes to picturing the show with anybody else at the head of it.
Why was it important for you to also direct the final episode?
Because I'm greedy. You know, I would have loved to have directed more episodes still than I did. I love directing. It's fun. I love being with the crew. Most of the time, I was 800 miles away in Burbank in the writers' room, which was its own excellent experience, but I like being with the crew. It's just more fun hanging out. And
I love that shot where Anna can be seen in the microwave in the reflection. That's one of those little touches. And the directing on the show, not just yours, but just throughout. I was watching the marathon on AMC over the weekend, and it just really, like, the tone of the show has changed so much as we got closer to the end. But the directing is phenomenal.
Thank you, my friend.
Really just phenomenal.
I'll let you in on for all the directors. As far as me, I'll let you in on a little secret. That wonderful mirror image of Anna in the microwave that I probably should just shut up and take credit for. We were in the editing room, and Skip McDonald, who's cutting it, said, "Oh, I love how you did that. You had her face." And I said, "What are you talking about?" "Oh, hey, that's cool." So I was off eating a sandwich. I don't, you know.
Hey, you know, it still takes a good eye to pick out the happy accidents, like the watch on the top of the phone booth. But the show is the perfect confluence of, like, music and directing and acting and writing and just everything about the show, and the Lydia ringtone, like just all the little touches. What is it like to work with Vince as a director?
Amazing, because his eye for detail, first of all, as a writer, is extraordinary. But then when he comes in and directs, then you get it one-on-one right there. And then when you're working, and when we were on that set in the apartment, we had never worked on that set before, so to watch you just set those details in that apartment was incredible, because down to the last placement of Holly's toys on the table, and the place and picking out the mug that Skylar was drinking tea from, and every single thing that you look at, you can see the entire thing at the same time. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you focus on
You're a lunatic.
every
You're a control freak.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard.
How you were focusing on the performances and the lighting and the shot and the composition and the entire thing at the same time, but you also are seeing all those little things that really add up, that really make a difference at the same time, was remarkable to me. And it was your way also, we knew in that particular shot those two people were saying goodbye to each other. And there was something really lovely about, I remember that day being very quiet and and there was a little bit of a somber tone to it because of, you know, the tone of the scene, obviously, but because we all knew what we were doing in that particular scene.
I remember Andy Vogelai, our camera operator, tearing up and actually having to take his eye away from the eyepiece on the Airflex here because it was because you guys were killing it. You and Brian were just killing it in that little kitchen. And I thought, as soon as I realized Andy, our camera operator, was crying, I knew we had something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're all, I'm sure a lot of people watching are still crying from the episode, but we're trying to help you guys get through it. And it wouldn't be fitting to say goodbye if we didn't include our next two guests. When we return, Gustavo Fring and Mike Ehrmantraut will be here. Giancarlo Esposito and Jonathan Banks will be right back.
Brought to you by Captain Phillips, in theaters October 11.
One of the baddest moments on Breaking Bad for me as a fan and a viewer was when Gus went to visit Hector in the home.
Giancarlo is great, but Mark Margolis is so great.
I thought that Gus has come to me so many times for me to own up to what I did. He would say, "Is this the day, Hector?"
And then Hector finally looks at him. You can tell Gus doesn't understand what's happening. And then Hector starts ringing his bell over and over and over again. And you're like, oh no, is the bomb not gonna work?
The sound Giancarlo makes when he realizes what's about to happen, he goes, no!
He walks out of the room as if nothing happened. I think I stood while I was watching on the couch, like, oh, and then the camera comes around and you see that half of his face was blown off. I mean, it was insanity.
Welcome back to Talking Bad. I'm back with RJ, Jimmy, Vince, Anna, and please help me welcome Jonathan Banks and the man whose face we just saw blow up, Giancarlo Esposito. Giancarlo, why do you think Gus was such a fan favorite on the show?
I think part of the reason why is through the vision of Vince Gilligan and his writers and the inspiration that they put forth in the very early episodes of Breaking Bad when I was just a mild and meek servant of the people in Los Pollos Hermanos. This is what caught my attention. Vince wrote something that really appealed and struck me inside, hiding in plain sight. Many of us in our own lives hide from ourselves in plain sight, but Gus was hiding from a bigger entity of humanity in plain sight by pretending to be that kind and wonderful human being, which was a part of him. But also there was a part that we didn't see that was a darkness, and a part that seeked revenge, and a part that was ambitious. And so I think the combination of both dark and light, black and white, were the reasons why Gus became a fan favorite, and somewhere in the middle of season 4, fans began to sort of move over to the Gus side and want to see him succeed, maybe in a way that in early times they wanted to see Walt succeed in supplying for his family.
Well, it's also not just, I mean, he wasn't the kind of villain that most of the time was like, I'm a scary drug dealer. Like, he was calm, collected, never freaked out. He always seemed centered and in control. And, you know, and that to me is a much scarier villain than someone who's way out in front.
Absolutely. And Brian always teases me and says that, you know, in many ways I justify Gus's actions through my own kind soul, but I do believe that Gus was trying to bring people to their best selves. You take moments where he cultivated the chemists that were one who came off the street in Max in El Salvador. He wanted him to realize his dream, even though he wanted something in exchange for giving over that dream. Puts him through school, work for me, but there's a purity in that, and I wanted to exemplify that and bring that to light so that Gus could be someone who lived and walked on both sides of the street.
Well, let's talk about like Mike Ehrmantraut for a second,
Gus wants to bring out the best in people.
Oh, he's doing the mic look. You just got the mic look.
With an X-Acto knife.
Wait, and I got to say this real quick. Tom Schnoz plays a great classical guitar. He's one of our writers. It's an in-joke between the two of us. Next question.
Okay, next question. I know you corrected him on something and you said you would make everything right on the show.
I promised I would say that first thing. So
Why do people love Mike so much? I loved Mike as a character. I wanted Mike to be my dad, even though he was horrifying.
I love Mike. You know, I hate to be serious, but it's, you know, Mike lost his soul. Mike knows he lost his soul. And I think there's a part of all of us, if you live long enough, that you have lost a piece of yourself. And at the same time, Mike is in control. Mike gets it done. And Mike is not afraid. So I think there's a part of us that, all of us, that would like to be like Mike, including me. There's some Mike I would like to be.
Well, we're going to talk to you guys more a little bit later, but all season long we've told you about the cool Breaking Bad stuff you can buy, which include this Heisenberg sweatshirt, which on the front, Breaking Bad, and on the back, Heisenberg skull and crossbones. And again, in our final Oprah moment on Talking Bad, you guys are all getting one in the studio audience. For you guys who don't want to have to miss out, go to BreakingBadStore.com. Right now, there's a huge sale going on for the viewers. We'll be right back to talk to more of these guys in a minute. We're going to get through this, people. We're getting through it. Slowly, sadly. Oh, man. I'm going to weep into this sweatshirt.
Being a part of Breaking Bad has opened up so many doors for me. 10 years ago, I didn't even dream of being on television, and here I am on the best show in television.
I feel grateful to Vince and to the writers on the show for giving me that opportunity to challenge myself as an actor.
You know, it was hard. It was a hard show to make on everyone. So the fact that we were able to end it without, I think, stumbling is really satisfying. It's sort of raised the bar for the kind of work that's possible that I want to do.
That first day when I worked on Breaking Bad with Anna, we really took time to find that scene. A scene that was thoughtfully written about characters on a character-driven show. And I kind of remembered, oh my God, that's what I'm in this for.
It's really nice when you get to be a part of something and work on a show that you actually love and like and can't wait to watch. It was just a life-changing event.
It was my first writing job, so it gave me a career. Also, I met my husband on the show, so it's changed my life professionally and personally. It's been amazing. It's a great cast and crew, and I love it. It's sad to see it end.
Welcome back to Talking Bad. I'm here with RJ, Jimmy, Vince, Anna, Giancarlo, and Jonathan. Those are some of the cast and crew sharing with us how Breaking Bad changed their lives. Anna, I know, it's fine, we're fine.
Just ignore me.
We're all among friends, hugs. Jonathan, so I have two questions for you. Number one, how do you think Mike would feel about Jesse getting away at the end?
Well, Jesse's just only going one place. No matter what Aaron says, I know where he's going. He's going to take care of Brock.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. What does the end of the show mean for you?
Oh, Christ. All right, I'll do this, and I am sappy and sentimental, guys, but it's 46 years. The rest of my friends have heard that 1,000 times. I've done this 46 years professionally. This is as good as it gets. I think we're all, and I certainly am, a little adrift from such an experience of where you truly cared about, you were so proud of what the material was. And then you fell in love with all these people. And you literally fell in love with these people. And it went from the network to the guy who turns out the lights. We were all so happy to be there.
Anna, how's the experience changed you?
Boy. I can't say it better than Jonathan just did. You wait for writing as an actor that is this good, and then you get writing that is extraordinary, that is at this level, and you really can't believe it. Each script got better and better and better. Every time we got a script, it felt like Christmas morning. That's what it felt like. And I would be astonished at the craftsmanship, I honestly would be astonished. And towards the end of the these 8 episodes, I would find my hands shaking sometimes reading the scripts, and I would close them and think, I don't understand how they do this. I really don't. So I feel like one of the luckiest actors in the entire world, and
Well, Vince,
I'm tremendously grateful.
Well, Vince, in the last, we have about a minute left, Vince, so if you could tell us, what do you hope is the legacy of Breaking Bad?
You know, you want your work to be remembered. You want it to outlive you. And my favorite TV show ever was The Twilight Zone. And I think about Rod Serling. Started that show 54 years ago this year. And it long outlived him. He passed away in 1975, but there's kids who haven't even been born yet who will know the phrase, The Twilight Zone. And hopefully we'll still be watching those wonderful episodes. I've seen them all 10 times each. And I can't say that's what will happen with this show, but you want to have that kind of immortality through your work. That would be wonderful. I'd feel very blessed.
Oh, Brian's gonna parachute down. Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing if Krantz just, hey guys, did I miss it? In the credit. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is the end. And I want to thank you on behalf of the fans for respecting your fans and for having a show that never dipped and ended on top. And it's sad to see it go after 5 seasons, but I think you did it the right way. And thank you for allowing us. Thank you for being here so that we could all say goodbye to you. We so appreciate your work. And thank you for watching Talking Bad all season long. I hope I didn't ruin it. It's great to be here. Thank you to my guests, Aaron Paul, Jimmy Kimmel, RJ Mitty, Anna Gunn, Giancarlo Esposito, Jonathan Banks, of course, Brian Cranston, and I'm a little choked up. The entire cast and crew of Breaking Bad. A very special heartfelt thanks to Vince Gilligan for being with us tonight and for giving us 5 unforgettable seasons of Breaking Bad. I'm Chris Hardwick at Nerdist saying for the very last time, have an A1 day. Thank you.